What is going on, lords and ladies? It is Elnofe, and welcome back to Skyrim Special Edition episode number 10, Modded Playthrough with Khiravi. We are helping Makara in the Khajiit Will Follow mod, doing the quest Wayward Brother right now. Thank you so much for the people who are subscribed. Please remember to like and comment on the videos. It helps me to improve them. And if you're not subscribed, consider doing so. It is free and it lets you know when I upload a new video. And as always, you can unsubscribe whenever you want to.
Has Refna ever mentioned your friend to you?
So,
Hardly ever mentioned
rudely interrupted. Anyways, so thank you guys very much. Anyways, we are going to read this really fast, update you guys on what's going on in this quest. So Makara was thankful that Khiravi returned her belongings after she was attacked and robbed by a group of bandits from Mistwatch. She mentions that she had come to Skyrim in search of her brother Udasidro, who has gone missing on a quest to find a Dwemer artifact of some sort. Makara was on the way to Solitude to look for a book in the Bard's College before she was attacked, and she has asked Khiravi to go in her place while she recovers. So we're going to head right over there to the Bard's College to find the book that Makara is looking for. She is looking for this book because it is the book that her brother found and read to find more information on whatever this Dwemer kind of jazz he's going crazy about. So we're going to pray really fast to our homie Rajin, which is a Khajiit god, I guess. And we're going to run over here to the Bard's College. We know it pretty well because we got Nanak from here. So we're going to pop right in here and we're going to see if we can find that book, which I will ask about Udasidro in the college. Find the book he was looking for. Okay, I could ask Nanak because I think that's what we're supposed to do.
Feels strange not to be wearing robes, yes? This armor rubs my fur the wrong way, and it is too heavy, and hot, and cumbersome. I want my robes back.
They're kind of like robes, though. Were there ever any other Khajiit here at the Bard's College with you?
Have I mentioned that Khajiit are not known for their singing voices, I am fairly certain that I have, and you have just forgotten. Although, now that you mention it, there was this eccentric Khajiit who came to the college a few months ago. Orange fur, sort of steel-gray mane, name of... what was it? Usodri Joe? Something like that. Strange fellow. We shared a love of the Dwemer, but he really loved the Dwemer, yes? Made me uncomfortable the zeal with which he spoke about them. Cult-like. Had an odd feral sort of look in his eyes too, so other than a few brief talks, I made it a point to stay away. A bit too out there for me, yes?
Did he mention any books he might be looking for?
Books? About the Dwemer, I assume. No, not that I saw. He spent most of his time down in the basement quarters though, so I didn't see him much. Left in a hurry though, as I recall. Must have found something down there. You're welcome to take a look around and see what you can find. And, of course, to pass along any books you find to me. For posterity's sake, yes?
You are so handsome. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's interesting because all of these guys, even Inigo, they have their Khajiit eyes as like the thick pupil. I think mine's also the thick pupil, but Makara has hers as the thin pupil. So that's kind of interesting.
At this point, I hardly see how your advice would improve.
So we're going to go down here, and the book is going to be right here. Read Vanished, the disappearance of the Dwemer. The context of the disappearance of the Dwemer race with focus on the possibility of a fourth tool of Kagrenzel used on the heart of Lorcan. So this book is added with the added with this mod. So it's not like obviously a base Skyrim mod. I'm going to try to read this really fast for you guys. So, says that you notice a section of at the end of the text that has been underlined. The Battle of Red Mountain is the culmination of the war between the Dwemer and the golden-skinned elves known as the Chimer, and its conclusion changed Tamriel forever. And while it is common knowledge that the war ended after the battle, with the entirety of the Dwemer race having disappeared off the face of Nirn, neither the cause of this disappearance nor the complications in the aftermath of the war are nearly as widely known. The Battle of Red Mountain and the end of the Dwemer. Anyone versed in history has likely heard the name Kagrenzel at one time or another, the chief tonal architect of the Dwemer during the war of the First Council between the Dwemer and the Chimer. Kagrenzel was a brilliant mage and an unparalleled engineer even among the Dwemer, and when given by given chance the Dwemer happened across an ancient stone of immersed power called the Heart of Lorkhan, Kagrenzel saw an opportunity to end the war once and for all. He forged a set of tools, now called aptly Kagrenzel's tools, that he intended to use to activate and harness the power within the Heart of Lorkhan, and in doing so to create a god which would end the Chimer once and for all. It was at the Battle of Red Mountain that Kagrenzel achieved this goal, at least in part. While he was able to activate the heart and even harness it, Kagrenzel could not contain the immense power, and it overwhelmed him. Though the nature of what happened next is unknown, its outcome is clear. The Dwemer all across the world, down to the last man, woman, and child, vanished in an instant, never to return. The war was lost. The Chimer and the Dunmer. In the aftermath of the War of the First Council, the Chimer, having seen the power that Kagrenzel had accessed, used Kagrenzel's tool and piled their own magicka to harnessing the Heart of Lorkhan. And where Kagrenzel failed, the Chimer succeeded. From the Chimer ranks, the first tribunal ascended into godhood, consisting of 3 individuals, Almalexia, Vivek, and Sothasil. And though they attained godhood, their ascent angered the other gods, chief among whom was the Daedric prince Azura. In her rage she cursed the people from which the tribunal came, and thus golden-skinned Chimer were transformed into the grey-skinned Dunmer. The Dark Elves were born. The tools of Kagrenzel. In unveiling the mystery of the disappearance of the Dwemer, it is crucial to understand the role of the tools of Kagrenzel in ascending and containing the power latent within the Heart of Lorkhan. It is commonly believed that Kagrenzel forged 3 such tools. Wraithguard, a bronze gauntlet, said to take multiple forms, depending on the wearer's desire, used to shield its wearer from various forms of magical energies. Primarily intended to protect against the energy of the Heart of Lorkhan, and the dagger Keening. Keening, a dagger used to cut through and redirect the energy of the Heart of Lorkhan, fatally saps its wearer's energy if Wraithguard is not used to defend against its power. Sunder, a hammer used to strike the Heart of Lorkhan and release its energy in a controlled burst. Lost to the ages along with Keening during the Third Era. Okay, so all of that is canon lore. All of that is canon in the game. And then this underlined part is not canon because this is like part of the mod. So, however, evidence has arisen that there may in fact be such a tool, possibly forged by the Chimer in the aftermath of the Battle of Red Mountain, that allowed them to succeed where Kagrenzel failed. This tool has been lost to time, but recently seers at the College of Winterhold in Skyrim have had visions of a divine light and great power lying dormant within a lost Dwemer ruin high in the Velothi Mountains, southeast of the province city of Windhelm, near the Nordic ruins of Anus. The text is worn away. If found, this 4th tool of Kagrenzel may be instrumental in finally unraveling the mystery of what caused the disappearance of the Dwemer race, and beyond that, may open the way for scholars to tap into the ley lines that underline the very fabric of Mundus. And in big bold letters is Kagrenzel. Okay, so that was a long spiel, but basically everything was pretty much canon. It just went over the lore that some of you may or may not know about the whole tools of Kagrenzel and stuff like that. And then the underlined part is the part added by me. But I do quite like that book. It describes greatly in detail kind of straight out like what happened and stuff like that. Anyways, so now that we found this book that Makara's brother was looking for, we are going to bring it to Makara and tell her what we found. I love all the pumpkins, it's great. It's for my holiday mod. Anyway,
Come on in. We got walls.
so now we're going to talk to Makara.
Of course, Mom.
Ah, traveler, it is you. Good to see a friendly face here. Apologies that this one could not make it all the way to Solitude. A bit too far yet. What news do you bring?
Khiravi has returned from the Bard's College.
So you have. What did you find?
A book. It seems Udasi Doro is looking for a Dwemer ruin southeast of Windhelm. It's called Kagrenzel.
Southeast of Windhelm? But Makara traveled through that region. She saw no Dwemer ruins there. This book, did it say what was in these ruins?
Something about the divine light and some lost tools of Kagrenak.
Tools?
This is an ode to
You don't
Skyrim's
mean
historic
Kagrenak's tools?
protectors. The Imperial
Udasi used to tell this one about these tools. Said they were at the center of the Dwemer's disappearance.
age of aggression
He
is
also
just
said that they were
about
cursed,
done.
and would likely kill any who touched them.
We'll try to storm
Makara
force
hopes
every
Udasi
storm,
does
but
not intend to find them.
the blood
There are some things better left lost to the ages, don't you think?
down with Ulfric, the killer of kings.
Exploring
On
the
day
unknown
of
is
your
what
death, we
drives
will drink and
civilization
we'll
forward.
You sound like Udasi.
Children of
Makara
Skyrim,
hopes you
let
do
me
not
fight
go
for
getting any
our
ideas about these tools.
Guard
Make no
beckons
mistake,
of us.
they are a mortal danger. Exploring the unknown may drive civilization forward, but misunderstanding the unknown has the power to destroy it. Just look at the Dwemer. For all their intellect and their engineering, their exploration of the unknown utterly undid them. They meddled beyond their understanding, and they are gone. And besides that, Udasi is very much an alley cat, not an explorer. That he would face down the spheres and centurions is worrisome.
Khiravi is sure Udasi Doro is fine.
Thank you. And thank you for your trip to the Bard's College. It is a long distance, and Makara was not yet able to traverse it.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old
What
Rorikstead.
did you mean when you said the gym is
braggart
a part
could
of
swagger
the
and
puzzle?
brandish
It was a gift Makara was given by her
bells from
brother,
gold he had made.
and that is how he described it, as a piece of a
But then
puzzle.
he went quiet, didn't
He happened across a shopkeeper in Balmora who had brought in a bunch of artifacts, two of which caught Udasi's eye.
Oh, you
A gem and a shining hunk of metal, prismatic, almost translucent. Ancient Dwemer artifacts, said the shopkeeper, with hidden mystical qualities. Udasi was but a young cub at the time, and the story entranced him. Though he could not afford the artifacts, he could not be without them. And so one night, he sneaked into the shop after dark and made off with them.
He stole them.
The shopkeeper wasn't using them, was his justification to Makara, as good a reason as any. He gave this one the gem, kept the metal for himself, and told Makara the merchant's words. These two artifacts are a pair, two halves of a whole. One is useless without the other, and together they have untold power. The same as us, Udasi said. Him and Makara. Two halves of a whole. That is why he gave Makara the gem, so that we would always have this connection. As long as we carry these, no matter how far apart we are, we will be together. Makara never believed in this gem's mystical powers, but nonetheless, she has always carried it with her. And Udasi carried his artifact too. Two halves of a whole. And now, one half seeking the other, yes?
Tell this one more about your brother.
Makara has always been a pragmatic cat, but Udasi, he has been interested in the occult ever since his days as a little cub on the streets. In particular, he was very interested in the Dwemer. He was constantly reading books about them growing up. Archaeological studies, cultural motifs, the workings of spiders and spheres and centurions, and above all the theories of how they vanished. This one did not care for any of it, and as it morphed from a hobby into an obsession, it became a point of friction between us. It got in the way of his daily chores, put our livelihood at risk as we got older. At his worst, he would not work, would not eat, would not sleep. All his time went into his reading. Every septum he had went into his obsession. Books, trinkets, Dwemer scrap, anything he could lay his claws on.
And that's what you two fought over.
They were more spats than fights at the beginning. Suggestions for moderation, met with barbed words in defense. Recently, though, it got worse. Udasi heard the rumor of a long-lost Dwemer ruin in Skyrim, containing an artifact of untold power and... well, for a time, it transformed him into the image of the Skooma cat himself. He raved for days on end about it, pored over every book he owned. As the days passed, his fur became more and more bedraggled, the look in his eyes more feral, and his demeanor changed. He became jittery, irritable. These one's suggestions that the rumor was not worth his suffering were met with vague hints and clues he found in his books. Her fears that we would lose what meager income we had were met with his certainty that finding this artifact would pay for the rest of our lives.
It sounds like Udasi had an answer for everything.
It angered Magara, brought her to tears a number of times. Eventually, Udasi began talking about traveling to Skyrim to look for this artifact. And that was all Makara could take. She yelled and could not believe the words coming from her mouth. Neither could Udasi. How will you pay for this foolish trip? How will you protect yourself with no weapons or armor? How could you leave Makara behind, all alone? How heartless, how brainless are you? For a moment, he was hurt. This one remembers the look in his eyes. Sadness, pain, betrayal, and then a growing fire, rage. It all ended with him wishing this one to oblivion so that he would never have to see her again. And then he was gone.
Oh, that's so sad. You didn't end things with your brother on a good note.
No. And Makara has regretted that every minute of these months he has been gone. But he is out there somewhere. This one can feel it. There is still time. Makara will find him and embrace him, and we will return home together.
Okay. I don't know why Delphine is there. That's kind of annoying. Also, I wanted to mention that whoever is the voice actor for this mod and for these Khajiit characters, especially Makara, they did such a good job. I'm trying my best to do a Khajiit accent, and it's really not working. It doesn't sound that great, but I mean, this person did an amazing job. Okay, so I guess we're gonna still talk to her. Why are you all by yourself in here? Isn't it a bit lonely?
No? Well, yes, but Makara is not interested in dance and drink at the moment. The quiet and the smell of food in here are much more alluring. Not to mention, this one has seen the way the Nords and others out there look at her. She has seen that look before, from the elves in Balmora. Suspicion, disdain, just waiting for this one to give in to her nature and steal something.
Oh, this one is just as furry as you. She knows those looks.
Yes, Makara supposes you
This is
do.
a local favorite and
If looks
one of
could
the
kill,
first songs I ever learned.
We are tolerated here, but not welcome.
There once was
That
a
much is
hero
plain.
named Ragnar the Red,
If
who was
this one
riding
is going to
to
stay in
Whiterun
Whiterun for any length of time, it is probably best that she keeps her distance from others. Khajiit will be on the road again before long anyway. No need to make friends.
But then he went quiet, did Ragnar
Best
Red,
just
when
to
he met the
ignore
shield
them.
maiden
Grab a
Matilda
drink
who
and enjoy
said,
yourself.
Perhaps
"Oh,
later.
talk and you
But
lie
for
and you
now,
drink all our
this one will
leaves. Now
stay
I
here
think
by the
it's high
fire,
time that you
rest
lied
herself,
and
and think a bit. Your company is enough.
Clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda
We're
charged
friends.
in full of zeal.
Khiravi and Makara
And the
are best
braggart
friends
Ragnar
now.
was boastful no
Okay.
more.
So
When his
the
ugly red head
name
rolled around on the
Kagrenzel
floor.
was written in the book Udasi left in solitude.
Is that the name of the Dwemer ruins? It does not sound like a typical dwarven name, but then neither does Kagrenek. You said these ruins are south of Windhelm?
Yes, southeast, up in the mountains. Do you think Khajiit will head that way?
Yes. It seems Makara only just arrived in Whiterun, and already she must return to the road. It is a long journey, yes? But Udasi is out there, and so this one must go. My friend, you have come this far with Makara, and you have done so much for her.
Age of aggression
Thank you.
is just
Whatever happens in the end of this, Makara is glad to have met you.
We'll drive
She
out
will
the
not
storm
ask you to
close
join
on
her
the
as she goes to
steel
find
blood
Kagrenzel, but if you should be so inclined to join her,
we will take
let us
back
meet
the
up in Windhelm for a drink before embarking. The bartender at Candlehearth Hall makes an excellent moon sugar rum.
the killer of
Until
kings.
then,
On the day of your death,
Heck
we will
yeah,
drink and
okay.
we'll sing.
So we are going to
Children
go
of
to
Skyrim and we fight.
Candlehearth Hall. So actually, we're gonna level up first, really quick. We're gonna plug it into health, and I think for now we're gonna save our perk. Yeah, we're gonna save our perk. Okay, now we're going to go to Windhelm, which we haven't discovered yet, but we've discovered the stables, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah. So we're gonna meet her. Ooh. I have a weather mod and it makes everything look really nice, but also it's just Skyrim in general. Like, I love it. Okay. So we're gonna go to Candlehearth Hall and talk to Makara. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And then we are gonna go to Kagrenzel, which I'm super excited to do that. So hopefully we can get to it in this episode. Oh, thank you for that.
You come here where you're not wanted.
You there.
Eat our food.
The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say?
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe
This
the
one
reason
hasn't
these raised
noticed
him
any
don't help in the war.
vampire menace.
These are
Well, I
Imperial
actually have.
spies.
Spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe
Getting
they'll visit
vampires?
tonight.
Where does this one sign up?
We got ways of
Ha!
finding out what
Isran's
you
going to
really are.
like you. Go talk to him at Fort Dawn Guard, southeast of Riften. He'll decide if you're Dawn Guard material.
I wanted to see that interaction. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna go to. I don't know if she'll be here yet, but I guess we'll find out. We probably beat her, honestly.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire, take a seat, and get the cold out.
Yeah, I think we definitely beat her here. Who are you, Jorah? Oh, okay. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, but that's okay. I'm gonna show you guys really quick the mod.
This here's
lets
Candlehearth
us
Hall.
play
Great rooms upstairs,
instruments.
and there's a bed for rent on the
Oh my
ground
goodness.
floor.
Sorry about that. Okay. I would like to perform here. Well, Khiravi would like to perform here.
Of course.
Okay, heck yeah. Okay,
This one's a favorite of mine.
no.
Hmm?
Can you take a break?
Sure. My voice could use a rest.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna go to items and miscellaneous, and we're gonna actually we're gonna go to magic. We're gonna go to powers, and we're gonna go to play loot. And don't we have our song book? Forget the songs book? No. Okay, so these are the different songs of Elsewhere, and each race that you have will have, you know, if you're a Nord, you'll have songs of Skyrim. If you're a Khajiit, you'll have songs of Elsewhere, yada yada. So there's all these different songs, but there's like 8 songs, I think. Or that's just what it's saying. Anyway, so we're gonna choose a song.
Such a shame what happened to Susanna. Her beauty was the only thing worth suffering this place for.
Excuse me. Okay, thank you. Okay, you guys ready? We're gonna play song number 1. Thank you. I thought I did pretty good myself. Okay, so now we go over to the barkeeper, and you can do this at any inn.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat.
This one is done for now.
Thank you. Here, this is for you. I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Oh, okay, so you get 25 gold, and then you get a free room. So it does pay off to play.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Because then you don't have to pay for a room. So we're gonna sleep for 12 hours because we're waiting for Makara to get here. So Khiravi's gonna take a rest really quick. And then we're gonna pop on over to Kagrenzel. I know this episode's been a lot of dialogue and stuff. But hopefully we can get some action going on. So here's Makara.
Hello again, traveler. If you've come for that drink, Makara will have to disappoint you. The bartender's run out of her moon sugar stock. The Khajiit caravans haven't been around for a bit, and the spice comes and goes with them. Perhaps another time, yes?
Smells like stale beer.
Back in Vindhelm, eh? Have the locals treated you any better this time?
Makara is in one piece, so she supposes they have treated her about as well as could be expected. No better than last time, though. At least in this place, Candlehearth Hall, Makara is viewed as a customer first. If she keeps to herself, she predicts no trouble. Outside, this one prefers not to take her chances. She heard there is a person called the Butcher here who kills females while they travel on the streets. Add these Nords' nationalism to the mix, and it's safe to say a female Khajiit would not last long out here, yes?
Yes. So, are you ready to head out to find Kagrenzel then?
Ready? No, likely not. This one's injuries still take her breath away when she steps wrong, but this needs to be done. If Udasi is in Kagrenzel, Makara must find him. You are sure you will join this one on her trip? It may be dangerous.
Yes, Khiravi is sure. We will find him together, Makara. This one assures it.
Thank you, traveler. Makara does not know where she would be without you, but she is happy to have you at her side. Come, let's go.
This one has found a new best friend. I mean, the bros are cool, but not best friend yet. More like soulmates, eh? Mwah. Okay. He's very attractive to Khiravi. So now we are going to travel over to Kagrenzel, which is somewhere over here. Right here. You can actually see it on the map, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna travel to Shores Watchtower. Probably should have disenchanted some stuff or gotten more healing potions, but it's totally fine.
Yes, my friend. What is it?
We're fine. So after this, then she can become your follower. As you can tell, her quest is a lot more involved than the boys' quest. But we'll get there nonetheless. I think this is the way we're supposed to go. Oh, great. Oh, okay. I thought they were going to be frost trolls, but they're frostbite spiders. So I feel a little bit better about that. Oops.
You're nothing.
You gonna fight, Boo? Okay. I really don't want to encounter a frost troll. That would suck. Okay, so we finally made it. And oh my gosh, it's here. Wow, I don't have any stamina. Okay, don't mind me just casually slaughtering the enemies. Got him. Okay. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Okay. So, that was a little bit boring. I apologize for that. That episode was pretty chill, just a lot of dialogue. But we finally made it to Kagrenzel. And in the next episode, we will be going into the ruin and saving her brother. So that's going to be pretty cool. And we're going to discover what, if any, if that artifact is actually there that he's talking about, the fourth tool of Kagrenzel. So that's going to be pretty awesome. But we have our whole squad with us here. But Kai is struggling to keep up apparently. But anyways, so thank you, lords and ladies, very much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I do apologize if this episode was a little bit more chill, but maybe you guys like that. I don't know. Obviously, leave me a comment and let me know. Like, do you like the more action-packed one, more chill ones, both, whatever? Anyways, so thank you. Yeah, it helps me to improve the content on my channel whenever you guys comment and let me know your opinions. So, thank you again very much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.